Good evening, DragonCon goes virtual. Welcome to DragonCon Update. My name is Will, and I am a purveyor of all things comic book tonight.
And I'm B. Will, I must say you look quite dashing tonight in your top hat.
Thank you. I have to say I think you look quite dashing. The tip of my hat to you as well. And your teeny little top hat.
My tiny top hat? Yes.
Top hat.
So
We've got some great stuff tonight.
Yeah, I was going to say, tell me, what are we doing tonight?
We've got some fun stuff. We were going to be interviewing. We actually have two wonderful hosts of the 50 Days of DragonCon podcast. We're welcoming back Leigh Bennett-Conner, who is actually the track director for X-Track and Paranormal. And then, of course, we have John Boutelle. So we've got a lot of things going on tonight. In addition, we're going to be welcoming back B to talk about our winners from today's daily fan challenges and discuss the House Hotel Cup. So that should be fun. It's going on right now. And of course, just like we have been all weekend, we're going to be taking audience questions. So please, on YouTube, on Discord, on Facebook, ask us those questions. We want to be able to answer those for you tonight because this is DragonCon's Update's last show of 2020 for DragonCon Goes Virtual. So we want to answer those questions while we can. So ask them. Send them to the main events channel in Discord, YouTube, and Facebook.
Absolutely. And if you have questions for our guests tonight, we want to put them on the hot seat and see what they have to say. So we're going to be welcoming a friend of our show, Leigh Bennett-Conner, back again. And then we also want to say hello to John Boutelle. And as you said, Will, these are the hosts of the 50 Days of DragonCon. So, hey, welcome. Thank you for coming out tonight.
Welcome to both of you.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you so much.
How has your virtual con been so far?
Tiring. Not as tiring as being there, but it is pretty. Yeah. It has been pretty tiring.
You've been busy all weekend.
Yes.
Leigh has, that's for sure.
Well, John has also been helping me out, but yeah, it's been great, but it has been very, very busy. We've actually, we're even having a live stream tonight on Facebook, which I'm just kind of amazed about. So we'll see how that goes.
Well,
that's exciting.
That's so fantastic. So yeah, John, your website is The Unique Geek.
Yes.
And I hear you've been doing 50 Days of DragonCon for over 10 years now.
Yeah, actually, I have it wrote it up on the board. I started, I'm looking over there as though you guys can see it, but you can't. I started doing a countdown to DragonCon on the website in 2007. And in 2009, roped Leigh, because just like any volunteer at DragonCon, she didn't say no or run fast enough. So since 2009, Leigh and I have been doing the podcast together for the countdown to DragonCon. So
that's great. So you guys almost from the beginning been working on this together.
Yeah.
That's actually how we met. That's John invited me on, and then we started chatting because we also had mutual friends at con. So that's kind of how it got started. And we are not official, even though Will, you said that I'm a track director. This is completely separate. That's why I'm just in my kitchen tonight, and you can see how messy it is.
As opposed to her luscious office that she has.
That's my luscious
that she uses for DragonCon all the time.
There you go. I am wearing my DragonCon shirt, though. So
I love it. I love it. Excellent.
So if someone is not familiar with the 50 Days of DragonCon, could you tell us just a little bit about that, if they're not in the know?
So basically, what it started off as just a way to kind of bring attention to the people that are behind the scenes of DragonCon, which are the directors, mainly the directors, some office folks, and occasionally artists or guests. But really, that's what it is. Every episode. This year we just called it Days of DragonCon because we did not do 50. We wound up doing 16, I think, this year. But normally we try to do around 50. It winds up being around in the mid 40s.
But let's be fair. This is 2020, so 16 days feels like 50.
It does.
I'm just saying.
2020 time is different.
Yeah, we've given up. It's just 2020 is not going to be the same, right?
Yeah. So we interview track directors and find out what it is that they plan on doing that year for con, and just kind of chat with them and give their tracks some attention. We always like to also bring in tracks that maybe nobody knew were around, some of the lesser known tracks. I mean, of course, everyone knows the Star Trek track. Those ones, but then there's other ones that they come on, they leave. We've seen the adding and taking away of tracks throughout the years as well. So
yeah.
So
acquisition and mergers of tracks.
Yes,
what might be
exactly what's happening.
Ones and ones that have changed too. That there was at one point only one adult lit, and now there are 3 adult lit. So
that's great.
A little different. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and of course, since DragonCon is run by volunteers, the content that you see is really what our fans are bringing, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And it's great because it's all about the fans. And as the fans' tastes and interests change and grow, we get to change and grow with them as a convention. All the different tracks adapt, and that's great.
Yeah.
Well, and I think the great thing too is that John and I are both fans. I mean, that's kind of how all of this started. And so to be the fans and be able to talk as fans with fans all the time, it's always fun. I mean, we always have a great time. It's always so funny because track directors are like, "Oh, I don't know what I'm going to say." I'm like, "It's okay. Don't worry about it. We'll just chat. Don't worry." And that's actually what we kind of do.
In your conversations with the track directors this year, has there been anyone that has just really impressed you with the programming that they've brought for Virtual Con?
Every single track director, whether, and this is going to be the political answer, I'm running for office next week.
It's also true. It's also true. Yeah. Every
track director that has put on anything this week has done an awesome job. I want to give a shout out, and I know that you guys have been hearing it all week, but it's true. Every one of the track directors that we talked about how much work the DCTV has been doing this year, and of course you guys are put on the hot seat, and but we do encourage everyone, as someone pointed out to me earlier, to bring brownies for the DCTV crew next year.
Thank you for that.
That's
really kind.
It's you guys. That's what's impressed me the most is all the track directors that put together anything, and even if they didn't have anything extra to put, they've done something for con. And you asked earlier how everything was going. Like I said, it's exhausting. It's exhausting for a couple of reasons. One, it's seeing all this great content that's been put out. Just reminds me how much I miss being there in person. So it's a double-edged
sword.
Yeah, it's a happy sad type thing. But yeah, there hasn't been anyone that has impressed me more than anybody else, except maybe, and no offense to all the track directors, DCTV. DCTV has done a phenomenal job.
Well, thank you for that. I can tell you that our track directors for DCTV have been working really hard behind the scenes for months and months and months, because we didn't know until whenever what would be happening, and they were already preparing for plans A, B, C, D, E, and we ended up going with Q, and they already had it ready there too. It was already all ready to go, so they worked hard.
It's been amazing to see. Yeah, shout out to them, and shout out to everybody who's doing Discord. We had Casey and Alex on right before Regina's podcast, and first of all, they trained me how to get on Discord, so which is great.
You remember when your mom joined Facebook? It was sort of like that.
And this is why I get to kick him when I see him in 2021, folks. Right there.
Well, have you had any particular guests this past year or years past that you've really just particularly stood out to you that have said, hey, I just, that experience was unique for the unique geek? Maybe I don't. That's. You only have me for another 20 minutes, y'all.
Oh, yeah. Enjoy it while you can.
Enjoy.
Leigh Bennett-Conner.
Yeah.
Leigh Bennett-Conner has been the most impressive guest that I've had so far. She's been like on almost every single episode.
Yeah, occasionally. And then there's this great person, Leigh, who is a track director who comes on, and then all of a sudden I can't be there, which is always difficult. I always have to say the track directors that are always nervous about coming on, Derek in horror, Sue in lit, and some of them they're like, I don't know about this, so I'm always just glad that they'll come on and try it once. Yeah, and everybody does a great job. I can't
just the fact that, because usually remember we started 50 days out from DragonCon, so that's like the final push for all these directors. So just the fact that they spend an hour with us to convey to their fans or to share is a blessing. It's really just awesome for people don't understand how much. I mean, a lot of people do, but how much work goes into each of the, not only for the con itself as a massive thing, but just to program one track. It's a lot of work. So,
well, we have a question from our some questions have been coming in. So John, Leigh, if you've been doing this podcast for over 10 years, I know you've probably been coming to DragonCon since forever. So Tony Strider at YouTube wants to know, what is your favorite DragonCon memory?
Ooh. Mine is this time when Leigh went to...
So
it's either going to be embarrassing, funny, or I don't know.
Leigh poked her eye out. The second, the first year I think was that we were doing this. Yes, go ahead, Leigh.
I know you. This was when I wasn't wearing glasses. John loves this story. I poked myself in the eye and I actually scratched my cornea. Don't ever do that.
It's a horrible story. Except when you're there.
But
time plus tragedy.
John got to see it yeah. And so I had a big thing on my face, and so I had a bandage all over my eye, and thanks
the
to
pain and injury of your friend.
The reason, but see, here's the reason why she was trying to come.
Here's the reason, right?
She was trying to calm me down. Me and I forget who else. We were running around before. I think it was before like a Gonzo Film Fest or something. We were helping organize those folks, and she was trying to calm us down because things weren't going right. But it's con. That's just how things go. You just roll with it, right? And she had an undershirt on, but she went to like she was flashing us with her overshirt, and that's when her badge came up and hit her in the eye. And we felt bad at the time, but later it was a source of hilarity.
It was.
And then she had to do a panel with Nimoy. try to hide it.
She's completely in shock of this right now. Her entire situation is just
But we had lots of fun memories at Drag. I mean, there's just so much to think about. I mean, nights at Thursday nights at Trader Vic's, just seeing everybody and being there at con. I mean, is what it is. And she's so mad at me. She's left.
John, she's just left. She's gone.
Thanks, John, for all these horrible stories.
We've got a couple general fan questions. We've got one from Ryan Maltese at YouTube. Why does DragonCon Goes Virtual have to end? Does it have to end? I don't know. That's something that, I think is really up to the fans, right? We are able to converse and do things together year round. And DCTV's content is going to be there all year round. Now, whether we have continuing live content throughout the year, that's different, of course. But there will be plenty of content out there. And, of course, we have the Unique Geek and your podcasts, everything going on. I mean, there's lots of great stuff.
I can say I know that other track directors throughout the year do stuff. I know Joe Crow over at American Sci-Fi Classics is constantly on Facebook Live. There's no reason why it should end. We carry it in our hearts anyway, right?
John, you didn't just try to get... Yeah, I was like, don't give John that idea because he's the reason we have DragonCon on Thursday. You can ask Rachel, but so sorry about that.
Thursday don't know where I went. Friday, right? And so next year, Wednesday will be the new Thursday. So soon we'll just be having DragonCon 3 weeks in advance leading up to the actual original dates.
All of August.
All of August. I love it.
John wants 10 days next year since we didn't have
it this year.
Right. Just kind of make it up.
I'm part of that. That's a movement we should get started. B, what do you think?
That's it. Yes, 10 days of con.
I love it. I love it.
Can I just say one thing real quick before I went away? I was about to say my favorite DragonCon memory is I got to meet Leonard Nimoy, and that was it. And John loves the story about me poking myself in the eye, but if you ever watch that interview that I did with him, you see that I have a patch on one eye. And so, he asked me how I did it too, which was amazingly embarrassing to tell him that.
Yeah, he's talking about you flashing the crowd or whatever with your overshirt. And then we heard all about it.
The crowd, Jonathan.
Well, it was everybody. In fact, I think it was on DCTV before, they were live streaming anything. It was like, it gets bigger and bigger every time I tell it.
Archival footage somewhere.
Yeah.
Let's get on that for next year.
It was one of the 300. They threw a spear at her.
I like that. Yeah, the 300 hurting me and then carrying me around would be great. Yeah.
So John's favorite memories of you are when you get maimed and injured. Like it brings a sense of joy to him.
Yeah. Yes, that's my best friend for you folks.
And your favorite memory is with Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah.
After
Hers is arguably more DragonCon related than mine is.
Well, yours is relatable all year round, though, John. I mean, you could be happy any time of year. So
yeah, well, anytime Leigh tells me of an injury that she has, it brings joy. No, I'm just kidding. I love Leigh to death. I love Leigh to death.
I love him too. We are
if she was,
and if I wasn't, what?
We do have one last question for both of you, of course. How have you spent your DragonCon Goes Virtual? Aside from obviously doing your podcast and everything going on, how have you participated in DragonCon Goes Virtual this year?
Well, as a track director, I did 4 pre-recorded for fan tracks, and actually one of those you're going to see on Maine because I did my one-on-one with Eddie McClintock, which will be after the Masquerade tonight. And then there are 2 others that have been on the fan tracks. And then I've been putting stuff up that was pre-recorded on our track Facebook page. So for our social media, which has been great. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Wonderful.
And I've just been watching the streams on Discord, helping Leigh where I can. And, praise be to Chad.
Well, our community has been, I know, right? Our community has been really involved in Discord, Facebook, and on YouTube. And I was up at 4 a.m. this morning looking, and there were comments coming in every 30 seconds. I'm going, people are awake. They're ready for this. It's great. We appreciate you all having spent time with us tonight. We are actually going to say goodbye for now, but if we get some more questions, we will bring you both back. So stay tuned. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, guys. All right, so I have something super exciting to tell you, Will. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
It's a new challenge from social media. It is DragonCon's Noble Houses Call to Arms. Will you answer the challenge, Will?
I will answer the challenge, and I'm House Hyatt. Thank you very much.
House Marriott. Well, while our houses are forever united, one must lead. House Marriott. You must be
Hyatt.
You must be their champion. Spread the influence. So tag your social media post with House Hilton, House Marriott, House Hyatt, House Westin, or House Sheraton. How is Sheraton in the lead? How?
House Hyatt. Just hashtag House Hyatt. I'm just saying.
So we are watching, always watching, and awarding points for the coolest stuff.
The coolest stuff, yeah.
You have until tomorrow at noon to be getting those hashtags in. Come on, Marriott. This night is our night.
Noon Eastern time.
Who knows if I'm awake tomorrow at noon after staying up all night and hashtagging House Marriott and partying? Oh, we'll see. So join in the fun, push your house to victory, and whichever house wins, the House Cup will be on display at that hotel. So we've got to bring it, House Marriott.
Yeah, House Hyatt, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. So I want to shift gears a little bit here because I want to remind everyone of all the cool art and merchandise that can be bought from the artists and vendors on Eventini. The stores on it will remain open even after DragonCon Goes Virtual ends up until September 7th. So if you haven't already shopped, you still have time. We would like to thank our vendor partner, Eventini, because they have helped us create this wonderful site for everyone. There's great information there, and it's a streamlined process for shopping along with all of the other features you get with Eventini. And I was actually kind of searching through it last night, and it's great. You can look up different vendors or artists that you want to actually purchase from. I mean, it's great. I looked up Chrissy Zulo yesterday, and she has some of her prints available, including Wonder Woman, who is fabulous, and we talked to her yesterday, and that was a great experience. You can look up everyone who's on there. You can look them up and check it out. So I highly recommend you check that out. Now, we've got Beth coming back because we have to talk about all the fan interaction stuff we've got going on. So Beth, welcome back to the show, our fan correspondent extraordinaire.
It's so exciting to finally have a title. It's really nice.
Welcome. FCE.
Well, I am back to talk about the fan interactions that we've had. We had the daily fan challenges that ended at 5 for today. So those are the 8-hour challenges. We announce them in the morning. They come in by 5, and we have them here. The 4
Can't wait.
categories: cooking, cosplay, crafting, and the kids category.
CCCK.
Yeah, we're going to start today with the cosplay category, and the challenge was level up. Show us your character transforming into their most powerful form.
Okay.
And so we have Doxy San DIY, and she is a cool, calm, and collected Rita.
Oh,
Cool,
do you
calm,
see the
collected.
title of the book there? It says How to Talk to Kids So They Will Listen.
That is wonderful.
I need some lessons from you, Rita.
I need crafting lessons from Rita. That's amazing.
That's a
Yeah.
great costume that you put together and everything.
The entries tonight have been so amazing. I'm
They
really
really
excited
have.
about tonight.
Yeah. For
Yeah,
crafting,
very cool.
today's challenge was Tools of Tomorrow.
Wait, that wasn't even crafting. That was costume, wasn't it? Oh,
Was it? No, crafting. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
This is crafting.
oh my goodness.
Create a futuristic tool to help your hero evolve to the next level. And this is Mark 3000 design, the Ingrid. It evolves Iron Man suit one step further. The Ingrid, INGRID, or injectable nanogel retroreflective integrated DNA. It's a lot of words. No more suit
Say
needed.
that 10 times fast.
Yeah, no, that was a lot, but it was really cool looking.
I love how there's a story behind it as well. Like our fans have been going above and beyond.
Yeah, he really put a lot of thought into his piece, and that's very cool to see.
That's so cool.
Now, one of my favorite, maybe, I think, is the kids category. And today it was Hero Day. So to dress up as your favorite hero. So it's all adorable. And we've got Two-Face cosplay as Miles.
Oh, he's awesome.
Yeah, he
Look
looks
at the detail.
great.
Look at the detail in the suit, the white stripings, the red. I mean, that's really cool.
I love that he just completely went for it on the posing too. He such embodies that spirit of optimism and determination, and I was completely blown away. Although I'll tell you what, it was insanely hard to pick a winner. So there are some runner-ups, and I will be sending out in honor of our hero theme. Our theme tonight is Star versus the Force of Evil. So I have Star and Marco, and of course, the Wand.
Ooh, the wand.
Oh, very cool. Cool prizes. I'm a little jealous.
Do we have one more category, though?
We do. We have the final category, which we saved for last because it's pretty impressive. And this one's cooking. And the cooking one today was the construction challenge to demonstrate your evolution as a chef by constructing an edible, iconic structure.
Okay. What's
And
this?
this is made entirely out of sugar cookies.
What?
No way.
I had not seen this one. What?
This is amazing.
I don't
Sugar
know.
cookies?
I don't know how they got it done by 5. I mean,
I don't know
that's
how
a
they
lot
got
of
it done at
cookies.
all. That should be on the Food Network. I mean, this is some professional looking stuff. I mean, goodness.
I am so
Yeah.
impressed
So
and hungry
cool.
now.
Yeah, I don't know if I could eat it. It's just too cool looking.
The creativity that everyone brought to the table for all 4 of our winners tonight, and for all of our runner-ups, and everyone who maybe didn't place but even made the effort. It's just amazing. There's just so much wonderful stuff out there.
Yeah, if you go through and you just look at the hashtags, you can see some of the entries, and they're all pretty incredible.
That's awesome. That is really cool. Beth, thank you so much for stopping
thank
by
you.
and bringing this as our fan correspondent extraordinaire. We can look forward to hearing more from you next year on more of this wonderful, extraordinary fan content. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Bye,
Beth,
guys.
Beth, I appreciate you stopping by, and I want to also say to B, I think we got some questions in, and we don't only have a few minutes, but let's see if we can get a couple of these questions in. So we have a lot of people who are excited about online cons. So Merton CB at Discord has asked us, I have seen other online cons, and you have been the best yet. Any plans to incorporate this experience into next con?
I know there's been a lot of conversations about accessibility, because we were really intentional about like captionings and interpreters and things like that on the video side. And so I know we definitely want to see those things incorporated. And I guess like right now, I would say I hope so. I hope that physically going to Atlanta is no longer a gatekeeper to experiencing some of this amazing content.
That's exactly it. You know, having the con go virtual this year has allowed it to be accessible, not just to people who need that accessibility via closed captioning, but also to people who just can't make it. You know, maybe finances didn't allow them to make the travel to Atlanta in a particular year. So my hope is that this experience in some fashion is able to continue into future years, because this is great. I mean, I really am having a great time. I'm sad that I can't be physically at the host hotels with everyone, but I'm really enjoying this DragonCon this year. DragonCon Goes Virtual has been wonderful for me personally.
Likewise, absolutely. We have a comment from Dwayne Turner at Facebook. He says,
okay,
I actually got to see a Voltaire show last night for the first time in years. Yep. This has been so fun. Absolutely. And I think we have some more shows tonight. I know personally, I'm going to be catching that Cybertronic Spree concert.
Yes.
I know that the alternate history track has some DJs tonight as well.
We talked about it yesterday. We have at 8:30 and at 11:30 some more shows going. So yeah, it's great stuff.
We might be signing off soon, but DragonCon is not over yet.
It is not over. And in fact, you know, highlighting tonight's show, since I now have learned to pronounce it correctly, thank you, Discord. Thank you, Facebook and YouTube, for reminding me. Cruise Shadows will be on there tonight. Cruise. And I have got it down, so I will never make that mistake again. I apologize. I went to my spelling rehabilitation class and pronunciation, and I have been humbled. So I appreciate that. Thank you to all.
Goodwill. Self-improvement is important.
It's very important. And I have to say that we've got one more question that I want to get in. And this is actually, I believe, for John and Leigh from Tamiza at Discord. If John and Leigh are still with us, would you ever consider doing a live panel filled with John's fantastic games? A lot of John's fantastic games.
We don't think you've done enough work yet. So we're gonna need this.
Leigh doesn't want it, so yeah, certainly I would definitely do it. If Leigh doesn't want it, I definitely would do it.
No, we will not. We will do a live cast, but we will not. No.
So is this? So I think we can recreate this every year. John can just put a foot out right in front of Leigh as she's walking by, or you know.
I trip over air. He didn't have to trip me. I am that. No, John's games are a lot of fun, and at least occasionally now I can kind of win. He used to always stack them.
I used to stack it. So she says, but that's not true at all.
John, you asked it's totally true. One person, all questions about programming languages, because that's what she does in her real life.
Hey, can I say before you guys go, Will and B, thank you for doing this too. I really appreciate it. You guys have been awesome, and
thank you.
And again, shout out to DCTV, but you guys have been awesome. So.
Y'all, thank you for joining us, both of you, John and Leigh, and of course to Beth and to Brianna and to everyone who helped join us this year on DragonCon Update. We really appreciate having you. This has been wonderful. B, I had the time of my life spending with you this year. DragonCon Goes Virtual and DragonCon Update. So
we're just top hat bosom buddies forever.
Oh,
yes, indeed.
We're so cute.
Have a great evening, y'all. Happy DragonCon Goes Virtual.
Bye. Y'all.